Hey guys, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Defiance Central podcast. As usual, I'm Jenbuu, and with me is Matrek and Kalber.
Hey
Say
guys.
hi, guys.
Hi.
You're always slow on the uptake.
No,
Stage fright, anyone?
No. I phased out for a moment because I was making sure that the timer was running on my phone, and then I remembered that I muted my mic because I was taking a drink, so it was kind of whatever. Let's keep going.
Oh, great start, guys. Great start.
Right, so it is now 2013. Happy New Year, everybody, and we have survived the Mayan predictions.
Yes, the world did
It's
not.
the year of Defiance.
It's the
Oh,
year of
jeez.
Defiance. We are now we're about 4 months until Defiance, and I have to say I cannot wait.
Oh, me neither.
Super exciting.
I mean, it's not only have we got the game coming up, but we've also got the TV show. So even though we're primarily talking about the game, it's also should be and hopefully will be a kick-ass TV show. Jeez, I can't get my words out today. That will hopefully get a second series at least anyway.
I don't want to really talk about that, but that's going to be very depressing if that were to not happen. Just saying. But I'm sure it will. So high hopes.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed as well. I still have the same opinion as in the first podcast. It's going to be difficult in the current U.S. climate, in my opinion, and the amount of people who follow sci-fi. But I'm really hoping that it goes through.
Well, it has
for 3 or 4 seasons or whatever.
It has the recipe to do at least 2 seasons.
And I think
and then some, I think.
And the cast really helps in that regard. So I mean, they do have like a cast that really stands out if you compare it to other sci-fi shows of the past years. There are no major names involved there.
Honestly, I can't even think of any major sci-fi shows that have started in the past couple of years.
The last
Stargate Universe, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
which was a shame. That was a
and the Canadian show, which
Sanctum.
actually got picked up for a second season.
Was it Sanctum? No, that started.
Sanctum's a little bit older. I guess you could consider Once Upon a Time
time traveling and stuff.
No, that's
terrible
not
acting, but good story.
Anyway, we're digressing to right
already,
and it's only 2 minutes in. But anyway, we'll start on the serious stuff. We'll get the ball rolling. Middle of December, there were unfortunately layoffs. Quite a couple of companies, especially involved with Trion. You've got the layoffs that happened in Trion from the games such as Rift and such, and you've also had the layoffs from how do you say their name? Petroglyph.
Petroglyph, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they were would you class them as the primary developers of End of Nations?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
They were the guys doing the actual coding work and such.
Yeah.
Trion had a publishing role and designing role. I think that's about some setup.
Yeah, Trion's labeled as a publisher on that game.
But now they've brought it in-house to finish it, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about that.
I played the alpha and the beta, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I did as well.
I enjoyed it. I'm usually not a big fan of that type of RTS game, like the constantly online RTS game. But I enjoyed that one, and I was kind of concerned when I heard that those guys got laid off, because for a moment there it almost looked like End of Nations was done.
They started doing a few refunds and such like that, didn't they?
Yeah,
we were in London at the time, and I think both Jenbuu and me, actually we were on the way to the event in London, and both of us were like a bit like in shock, like how the hell is that possible? It wasn't that bad a game, but yeah,
it made for interesting conversation when we got to the event. Anyway.
And Petroglyph, did they actually they didn't get shut down, did they? Did Petroglyph?
No, they did, but it looks to me as they downsized their development department very much.
Yeah,
They still have that cheaper game that they're making and building and selling. But
yeah,
other than that, I know of nothing in development at the
yeah.
moment. Although I can be wrong about that.
Yeah,
Right.
I was really concerned because I mean I haven't really followed a lot of their games, but I will say that Star Wars Empire at War was a great game, and that was their kind of their first game.
Well, yes, but many of the guys have been involved with
Oh yeah,
Command and Conquer and
oh
such.
yeah, oh yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
it's
But as a
to,
studio,
to me it always felt like, what is it, Westwood 2.0, but that's just me.
yeah. We won't talk further about the Command and Conquer series. CNC4 sucked.
No, but not only did it really affect Trion, Petroglyph, that it affected Trion as well. And I am a huge fan of this developer, and I am really sad that people got laid off. And I hope that they land on their feet. I hope, even though it was before Christmas, they enjoyed themselves and had a good New Year. And the ones that we know, well, they're going to be missed anyway. Because I'd spoken to a few over my time, and yeah, it was sad to see him go.
Indeed.
Yes, definitely.
On an upper note, though,
Start off
changing the
podcast with a dark
subject.
story.
Yeah, you know, it's like a complimentary sandwich, isn't it? You do something good, then it's absolute rubbish, then it's good again. The only way to make it, the Stewie Griffin way of doing compliments and
Podcast
criticism.
sandwich.
No, but we had released in the month of December the Xbox items on Xbox Live. Now, if anybody has an Xbox, you now have the chance to go onto the item store and fit your avatar out with some swag. Anybody want to see? So we'll start off with what you
Was I
get.
the only one that saw it and was like, wait, they're selling plushies of Hellbox? And I was like, oh, I want to order a few. And then I later found out that it was Xbox. So I was like kind of disappointed because I don't own an Xbox. And I can understand it being nice fluff and all, but that's all it is for me. I would be much more excited if they open a shop with like Defiance t-shirts, Hellbug plushies, statues of, I don't know, other enemies, characters from the TV series. Then I'd be spending way too much money.
Oh yes, I for one would love a plushie
And a T-shirt.
and
Oh no!
and a T-shirt.
I think we'll leave that before Matt explodes. I think.
That's messed up.
No.
It's not my fault.
Anybody that's just listening to this podcast, when Kal went to Gamescom back in August, I want to say
It was August.
it was August, he managed to pick up some extra, some spare T-shirts. Now, with me meeting him in London, I got mine, but with Matt being across the pond, he still hasn't got his.
It's messed up.
The mailing system in the Netherlands is terribly complicated.
Okay.
Blaming bone idleness on the rubbish postal system is just wrong. No, but changing the subject back onto Xbox, you can now get a couple. Well, they are pretty much cosmetic items. You can get two kinds of tops: a Hellbug hoodie, both male and female, costing you 80 Microsoft points, and the Defiance, or sorry, the Defy T-shirt logo T-shirt. For 80 as well. You can get a couple of toy guns. One's an Infector and one's what are they called? A BM. The MG weapons. What are they called?
BMG.
BMG. You can get one of
And
them
if I
as well.
think real hard, I can actually think of the.
Is it biomechanical?
Yeah, it could be.
Yes.
Although the bio doesn't really
We will
make
say
sense.
yes.
With the ray.
It's bio. Shh.
Okay.
Battery, maybe? I don't know. Blast them. There we go. Stands for blast. Clear.
And you can also get yourself a Hellbug skittling pet, which is kind of cool. There's
very
also a
skittling.
theme, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a theme.
There's a theme. I didn't quite see that, but I can. It looks kind of sweet.
Pretty sure I remember seeing one, but yeah. Oh yeah, there's a theme. Yeah, I can confirm that there is a theme.
How much does it cost?
I cannot confirm how much it costs. Hold on.
Gee.
Let's see.
This organization is absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
there's a
Do you,
hoodie. Did you mention the Hellbug hoodie?
yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that.
Do you guys think these items will sell a lot, or what's your opinion about it?
Well, everybody likes to customize them, their profiles, their avatars, their characters, don't they? That's why you don't. You're just boring.
I don't-
I got my little gnome as an avatar. That's about
Oh.
as exciting as it gets.
Well, my avatar on Xbox is wearing a pea coat, and my avatar is very, very fancy. Or posh, this might be the better term.
Posh.
Yes, it's very bland, but awesome at the same time. Also, they were free, so I don't. But if I did, it is mainly because I don't really play on my Xbox anymore. But if I did, I would definitely buy these.
Right, this is the thing. How far does your character customization go? Do you just keep it to standards? Like, excuse me, talk about a free-to-play game where you get your character and you can set it up from the standard presets and then you can buy stuff for it. How far would you go to customize your character?
Like as far as what I would buy, like premium custom clothing and whatnot.
Yeah, would you go that?
I
Go
would
down
go
the premium
very
route?
far. I would go very far.
If the same answer is true for me, if I look back at, for example, early in APB, I would have spent so much money on that.
Yes.
Like just on cosmetic items, stuff like that. It's just, yeah. Once you get going and you see something cool and unique, and especially when there's loads of options where you don't see 20 people running around with the same bought outfit, then yeah, I think it's going to be a major moneymaker in the future for well, either free to play titles or hybrid models or whatever.
Yeah, it's also pretty much the least intrusive way to add like microtransactions in your game. If the items are purely cosmetic, then that's like the best. It's the way that I would consider
Takes
the
out the
best.
free to play, doesn't it? Free to play, pay to win.
Yeah, exactly. I love free to play games that like League of Legends. I don't really play it, but there's a lot of character skins, and those are just purely cosmetic, and they're awesome.
And everyone is using them, so yeah, that's just a good indication that it seems to work.
Yeah, and you were talking about APB. My first MMO was City of Heroes, and I don't know if you've played that, but the level of customization in that game was ridiculous. So I'm really into the customization.
Right. So we have said, well, I think it would as well. I mean, there's nothing worse than standing next to another player going, "Oh, dude, you look exactly the same as me." I mean, it's the point where big burly blokes turn into women and go, "Oh no, we came to the same party with the same clothes on."
Yeah, that's a good reference there. Yes.
Too many chick flicks the wife makes me watch. Right. So with them on the actual Xbox Live Market, all you need to do is just go to the marketplace and search Defiance. They'll be there. You're looking for how many? 2, 4, 6, 8. There's probably going to be about 8 items on there at the time being. I would think there'll be more released in the future, but we'll have to see on that respect, won't we?
Also, keep in mind that some of these might not be available forever, so be nice to get a hoodie that no one else can get in 5 months. Just saying. Or a T-shirt.
Right, moving on. We have been running. It's still in its early stages, but we've been running a community link program. Now, this community link program is basically joint advertisement for fan sites and community sites, as well as guilds, to link themselves with us. As we like to think we're one of the better fan sites for Defiance. And we've been kicking out all the info you guys have been wanting. We decided to start this program to promote other sites. Now we have a new guild join us now. It's the Wolverines. And anybody want to explain about the Wolverines?
I was pleasantly surprised by their forms. It seems I popped in there when we first put them up there, and they were really friendly, big community. As it seemed they have experience in other online shooters, and they seem to be really excited about Defiance, which makes them a perfect fit for a partnership, in my opinion. So yeah, check them out.
Right, you can find them on Twitter being Wolverines EAU, and they've also got a website called wolverines-eau.guildlaunch.com. Whoever uploads this to YouTube will put a link in there as well, and we'll send you in their general direction. You can also check them out on our website. They've got their own link on the site as well. They're primarily a US guild, I want to say. And the community is made up of, well, they're all middle-aged by the looks of it, and they have a 21-year-old age limit by the looks of it, and I'll be playing on PC. So if you want a mature place to game, there you go.
Yes, very nice. Love to have them.
And also, on a note, if you want to actually join the link program, there's a community links page on the forum, on the website. Just click how to join us and send us an email, and we'll get back to you.
Hear that, Kal? He wants a forum. Get
I
to
can
it.
make four one.
I can do a
forum.
forum.
We
So why not?
don't need a forum. We don't need a forum. Oh God, we don't need a forum.
What's wrong with the forums?
There's nothing wrong with having a forum, but there's the Defiance forum already.
Yes, that is actually I'm streaming a lot these days, and I regularly get asked like, why doesn't your fan site have a forum?
No,
And my answer is always like, we want the fans of Defiance to actually use the official forums, because that's where the developers are, that's where Trion is reading, and that's where you should be like hyping or giving your IDs or giving your feedback. So that's what we should do.
Now, before we go into our next segment, there is something that I thought of when we were talking about the Xbox items, and I don't want to talk about this too long, but it is something I kind of want to bring up because of some recent developments. So, Defiance is launching for the PC, PS3, and the 360. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I just thought of, or I just thought of now. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but the fact that there's been kind of some rumors that the new Xbox is going to be announced at
Yes.
E3, and there's even a countdown that people think is because of that.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that because of the new console launch, and I suppose the console probably won't launch until fall or winter or maybe early next year, but do you think that that'll damage the Defiance being on the 360 in any way because there's a new Xbox supposedly coming out?
You want
I
to
don't-
go first, Matt, or John, or should I?
Right. With I'm sure we've spoken about this before, but I don't see it being such a problem for it being developed for the consoles as they are is fine. I mean, we're going to see it getting released, but if people, because it's been on the forums as well, people have asked,
Yeah.
what about the next gen consoles and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Developers are able to get their hands on the basic works of a next gen console well before it's released.
Yeah, they get the dev kits.
Yeah. So they will be able, it'll be ready for that console. There'll be no doubt about it. You should be able to port it over. If somebody wants to play on it, fine, let them. But I don't think there'll be a problem with the transition because it's primarily made for, well, shall we say it's primarily made for a PC. There's going to be the power in there to make it for any stronger consoles.
Yeah, and I would, I mean, I would assume that they probably, although they can't say anything, they're probably already working on something. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they had a dev kit for the next Xbox.
In my opinion, this is generally something that fans, quote unquote, worry about a lot, and that developers don't really see as a big problem. Because they as John says, the development kits have been around more or less, not like with the precise hardware specifications, but you can bet your ass that there's already information going around about what the internal workings will be like.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I cannot imagine that the next generations of consoles are not going to be backwards compatible with previous software of the same platform.
They've surprised us before.
Yeah, but you look at the whole thing with the PlayStation 3 not being backwards compatible, other than that one console version, and then now you can't get it anymore.
But now both of them have an online platform, which they preferably probably do not want to empty on the day that their next generation console wants to come out. So we are in an entirely different situation as when it was Xbox One and PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So that is going to, in my opinion, make the situation completely different. And I would be extremely surprised, and of course we do not know how Defiance will arrive yet. It could actually arrive in both stores, for example. And I'd be extremely surprised if there are not plans for that. But of course it's way too early to talk about that, since we don't even know when they will arrive. My bet, by the way, if we're making bets, it will be Christmas next year.
The console.
Yes, the console. Yeah. And pretty much everyone owns an Xbox. Even if you don't play it, pretty much everyone owns one, so I don't really think it'll be a big issue as far as that goes.
Mine's my monitor stand at the moment.
Mine is not in a very happy place.
Red ring.
No, actually, I quick want to point out, I got the first model of the Xbox 360. Doesn't even have an HDMI port. Never had any red rings with it. It's been a good console. It's been a good console.
Yeah, but you need to use it, Matt, in order to get a red ring. I'm just saying.
Look. I have my methods. Some of them involve not using it. Let's move on.
Right. Okay. Where do we want to go first? London or the Alpha?
Ooh, what's more exciting, London or Alpha Beta?
Let's rant about Alpha a bit first.
Right. This is a two-way street, this one. This is Alpha. Yay! People in the Alpha. Boo.
As it always is.
As it always is. Right. We know people are in the Alpha. And I mean, that's because people have said they're in the Alpha. People have gone onto the forums that they're in the Alpha. People have posted stuff on YouTube, breaking NDAs most likely.
Derp.
Because they're in the Alpha.
Most definitely.
Yes, most definitely. So, we are happy there's an Alpha. I mean, it's about time there's an Alpha. What is everybody else's thoughts?
I think if you are given the privilege to test the game for development in a very early state, you better pay some respect to them and respect their wishes to not go out and reveal information that might not even be ready or might not ever be in the final game. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of these people have no understanding about how big of a changes between alpha and beta can actually still happen.
Oh yeah.
I've seen games being completely like overhauled or even entire design IDs like completely renewed or basically built up from scratch. So I think it's extremely selfish and, well, just how do we say this nicely? Annoying.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, disrespectful that people cannot respect a simple NDA. And I mean, I'm going to sound old, but back in the day we did not have these problems. And I don't know, since maybe it's since YouTube, maybe it's a little earlier, but People are just out there for the fame, in my opinion. They just want to see those big hits on YouTube and maybe get a little bit of monetization money or whatever. But it's, in my opinion, it's just wrong. It just doesn't sit right with me.
The funny
And
thing about people that upload YouTube videos that are monetized, if there's actually a very interesting legal procedure that goes down with YouTube and copyrights, and copyright might not necessarily be the factor here, but the fact that you signed a contract, technically, when you sign an NDA, you're signing a contract. It's not something to really be taken lightly.
Yeah, but it is a contract that has never publicly been enforced by a gaming company that I can think of.
No,
Yeah.
And I
that's the
wish
thing.
they would,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. That will cost more money than it will ever bring them. And so in my opinion, it's more of an unspoken rule
It's
in
common
gaming.
courtesy not to
Well,
shout your
the-
mouth out and stuff like that.
Well, the point I was making with YouTube is YouTube takes stuff like that very seriously, and if you do have a monetized channel, like me, YouTube's what I do to make money. If you have a monetized channel and you do something stupid like that, there's a good chance that you're not going to be uploading any more YouTube videos and making money off of them anytime soon.
Well, it's been the thing earlier last year, hasn't it? With copyright. Look at Total Biscuit and Sega. He's boycotted all his Sega footage because some community, I can't remember the guy's name, but
Yeah.
after, what is it, 15 years, they've started putting copyright infringement on a game, which has flagged his account.
And things that some people don't necessarily understand is uploading videos like what Total Biscuit does, like what I do, like what other people like Jesse Cox and all those guys do. Technically, what they're the only reason their videos aren't flagged as copyright as a copyright strike or whatever you want to call it is because of commentary. If you upload raw game footage, you're bound for a copyright strike. In fact, even if you have commentary, really, the argument is that the viewers are watching your videos for your commentary and not necessarily for the game. Because if the general view was that they were going there just for the game, then you're making money off of someone else's game. It's technically it's a copyright infringement, but no one really does anything about it. Sega has, but no one else really has.
It's the thing as well. You see, like Total Biscuit and all them who stream and who record beta and alpha footage. They also have the actual publisher's permission.
Yes.
To do it because they have the broad fan base that they have. They make money. They make hype. Look at it when PlanetSide 2 came out. Total Biscuit was doing that, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was.
He was doing all the commentaries from E3 and everything like that. He was doing the live streams, and yes, that made him money. That made Sony money as well, and it's still continued to do so with all the choose your leader malarkey they've got going on. But back to what it is about, you've been invited to test the game. Now, you'll have people going, oh, this game's rubbish. You get it in every beta, every alpha that you go in.
Oh, yeah.
1, it's not finished. 2, it's probably nowhere near finished. 3, it's not finished.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah,
that's also something to keep in mind.
But you're obviously going to have people like trolls and whatnot. But a lot of those people, the frustrating thing is they do not know, they do not understand that hey, this game could do a 360 before it's released. You're looking at a build that is just it's not meant for the general public. That's why you got invited and had to sign an NDA. Some people are trolls, and some people just don't understand. And I think that
silly.
yeah, and some people are just silly. And I think that what Kal was talking about how back in the day it wasn't necessarily it wasn't anywhere near this bad. The companies used to send out discs with alpha builds on them. It wasn't as easy to get into. It was nowhere near as easy to get into a beta or an alpha. I saw a picture on I think it was Reddit I was reading Reddit the other day, and it was a picture of the alpha build for Halo, the first Halo. And I've never seen one of those before. But yeah, it's really changed, and there was a point in around 2009 or early 2010 where betas were being used as a marketing tool and not necessarily as a thing to iron out bugs with. Star Trek Online was really bad for this, but we're kind of drifting away from that now, which is really good.
Well, do you think so?
I
mean, I definitely agree that shift has happened, and I think that made a large group of the beta testers, so to say, more see it as free opportunities to play the game than actually contribute to giving feedback and finding bugs. And I think
there was a thing as well, wasn't it? There was a way, I can't remember when it was, but there was a way where you'd buy into the game, you do your pre-order, you get your beta code to test it, and then if you didn't like the game, you got a refund.
That basically is marketing.
That probably had something to do with Star Trek Online. When Champions Online was released, there was a deal where, and this was during, I think it was like the first month of launch, if you bought a 6-month subscription, you got guaranteed access to the Star Trek Online closed beta. That was a very, very cheap way to get people to do that. And I actually bought the 6-month. And there was an uproar from the community when the STO closed beta started. Technically, the 6-month deal didn't say you would get in immediately. It just said that you would get in. So a lot of people started freaking out when it first started, like, "Oh, I didn't get my invite." And
hey, at least you didn't buy a lifetime subscription.
Oh dear, I bought a lifetime subscription to Online.
Oh.
And you know what? The game has gotten better, but I still regret my decision.
I don't think there is something I could do to get a lifetime subscription. I thought about it, and I'm just like, nah.
The only real way to do it is to support the developers. That's the only reason you should do it, because that's also the only reason why you will never regret it.
I mean, come on. There was talk about it with Star Wars: The Old Republic going, if there's a lifetime thing, we're going to do it. And I am so glad there wasn't, because I was set to buy the Razer keyboard, mouse, headset, and a lifetime subscription until I played the damn game.
And
anyway,
we won't go on a tangent about that, but I will point out that I think the only recent, I'm pretty sure WoW didn't have a lifetime deal when it came out, because if it did, those people would be making bank right now. But Lord of the Rings Online, when it came out, they had a lifetime sub, and that game, even though it's gone free to play, that still, if I could go back in time, I would probably get that, because they have a really nice system set up. For people.
They have good value return for their lifetimes, but they also don't sell the lifetime subscriptions anymore.
No, that was they only did that. Yeah, they only did that during, I think it was like, it was very short.
That is more of a like, well, thank you for being with us from the start, and here's what we're going to give you, which is a good thing.
Oh, the Secret World had a lifetime subscription too, and that.
I'm sorry.
I didn't buy that one.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No.
That's right. Right, we're going to get off this because we're going off topic yet again. Right, so Alpha and Beta, yes, if you are lucky enough to play or get into it, please respect it.
Yes.
I mean, this is the thing. People don't read the NDAs. You should read the NDAs, because you can be kicked out of the alpha and then striked from betas. The only time you'll be able to play the game again is if you buy it free to play it or whatever.
I am going off topic once more.
That's fine.
Because
whatever.
What do you guys think if you would actually have to sign up for a beta with, say, your own email? Gaming companies would work together, and good testers get invited to betas earlier. NDA infringements ban you from all betas. It's hard to do, but it would be interesting.
If it could be done, that would be great. But
Well, this
I
is the
don't
thing because you can use so many email addresses now.
Well,
Yeah, but
you make it.
especially-
We'll make it a little bit more personal than just an email. I mean,
Yeah, but-
obviously, we're not going crazy like social security numbers if you live in the U.S. or anything, but make it a little bit more personal.
I mean, I've been into. Well, I think probably every beta for any major online game and quite a bit of alphas. If you would like collect that information and have like the people that actually have valuable feedback or bug reports, things that you can actually track these days. If you would like give priorities to people, then that also means that if they like decide to douche out, they're actually losing something because they're losing. I mean, I enjoy testing, for example.
Yeah, so do I.
So if I would ever be stupid enough to break an NDA, then I would pay for that with like losing my privilege to test any game of any nature in an early stage.
It's like a rewards. It would be like a reward system, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Let's
but
have an
it's
MMO
probably-
beta rewards card we keep in our wallet.
It is probably impossible to do.
Yeah,
But
that would be really hard to set up. But
Yes.
another thing is, I tend to look at beta or general alpha or just tester signups. The more things you have to fill out, the more serious they tend to be with it. Like I know WildStar, which is a game that NCSoft is making.
I still haven't got my invite for that.
Me neither. But that if you remember that application, you had to fill out a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
which is good. I
Well-
like it when people do that.
I remember Star Wars: The Old Republic having a big forum, and I'm pretty sure the only thing they
Did
looked
they?
for on that forum were system specifications and which country you were from.
Yeah.
So that's
Pretty much.
it can go both ways.
That and
And-
smaller companies tend to look at it a little bit more too,
Oh dear,
I'd say.
I just mentioned Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Right,
Plague,
and
it's
this
a plague.
ends the conversation on
I
Alpha
mean, yeah.
Beta. Right, so December, big month for Defiance. Me and Cal, we ended up going to London.
Nice.
We ended up speaking to the developers. We got to meet Rob Hill and Nathan Richardson and a fair few others. Sat down with one of the actual QA testers, and absolutely sound fella he is. What was his name? James.
Yes,
I think.
and
Shout out to James.
I thought we agreed not to mention names. Damn it.
But
And Jamie Woolford.
Shout
I know his
Jamie.
name. It's good.
We love
we
you. Insert
mentioned both.
guy's name here.
if you were there, we loved you. We really did. And we got down. We got to sit down, play the game, speak to the guys, and also managed to take an in-depth look at some of the stuff that we are actually able to talk about, which is good.
Yay.
Although I think we've been running for 40 minutes already.
38.
38.
Yes.
So, in a nutshell, we were told definitely what for more of a better word, we were clarified on what the ego was. Cal, do you want to take that away?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Ego.
I just need some help what it stands for again.
Oh dear.
It's
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Actually, never mind. Okay, it's ego. Ego is a virtual personality implanted in your brain by a rather interesting looking machine. They had the machine set up in a display case, and it looked phenomenal. Actually, the entire area where it was held looked phenomenal. Everything was in the style of Von Bach Industries, which is like a major company
I don't
industry.
know. We didn't bring up Von Bach Industries when we were talking about the beta. We should probably talk about that later.
yeah.
Well, we will come back to that. Let's finish this first.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
They had concept art up. They had a huge desk with the logo on it. The doors were plastic. It looked really really good, and the event itself wasn't only for us. It was also the big introduction to the UK press and some gaming sites, and last but not least the community. And they had a playtest going on, didn't they, John?
Yeah, they had a group from Multiplay, I think it was. They ended up doing a playtest over 3 or 4 days, going through the whole game, doing anything from PvP to PvE. If you no, that was the wrong thing I was saying. If you were watching a live stream, there wasn't a live stream at that point. But they did manage to link up the separate locations for the PvP, which was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, because we were actually playing against people who weren't there as well.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
Right. Now, yes, the ego, the you were saying about
Yes,
how it was implemented.
She's basically your personal guide in the Defiance universe, and she also gets upgraded as you go through the game, which I believe are called ego points. You spend those on a pretty fantastic ID. It's a big grid and reminds me of, say, games like, for example, Allied Online and such, where you spend your points, and the further away you get from your origin destination, the more powerful and interesting your abilities get. And you can invest more than 1 point in each block. And what I got, it was like a 9x9 grid with the 4 abilities in each corner. So do the math. I mean, even if you can only upgrade one block 3 times, that's already a bunch of combinations. So I cannot wait to actually fool around and play with that and see what kind of different combinations we can come up with. I think that is something that shooters have been really lacking in, like a diverse way of doing your progression and actually having some strategy and different builds involved in there. So that's something that I've been really excited about personally.
It will define how a group works together, I think, because there are certain things like the ones that caught my eyes are like increases your damage if you're higher from the target and increases your armor if you stand still. Now, note these are all subject to change because it's still in development. It wasn't quite the alpha build we saw. It was close from what we were told, but everything's still changeable, and we saw how much you can customize, and it looks absolutely fantastic. As well as the ego, we got down to sit. We got to sit down with Rob Hill and Nathan Richardson, asking them about the game and how Nathan was settling in. We got some quite good answers. Some of the community questions were asked, like if there was crafting, which I am still going to say that at this time there is no crafting. It keeps popping up in the forums. There's no crafting.
Yeah, I was about to say, hasn't that been pretty much beaten to death that there isn't any by this point?
There keeps. Rob said that there's going to be like a trading system where you can trade 4 weapons, but we'll have to see how that goes. They've been taught. He's given us a lot of speak about DLCs, so we will have to see what that's like. But
I guess it's always a possibility. But
yeah, well, he says that it's not going to be in at launch.
yeah.
There was another big thing that, especially that I liked, and Kal, I think you liked as well, was the clan v clan.
Oh, I was jumping behind the camera at that point. I was actually ashamed that wasn't on camera, but yes, I was like going nuts over that. I mean, the thing about that is basically what I think that was more of an idea than actually a confirmation that was going to be in. But what they were toying around with was having a flag system where one clan could flag itself as an enemy of the other clan, and from there on, it's pretty much just you can kill each other from whenever you want. And the only time I can actually remember the last time that was used was probably in Star Wars Galaxies, where you actually had like clans going at it against each other, and that was just so much fun. It wasn't even hate; it was just fun trying to kill each other and actually waging war on each other using tactics and like finding where each clan was working on and what they were doing. It was really great, and I think that could be really interesting for Defiance.
Well, the other elephant that stays in the room rears his ugly head here, and that's EVE Online. EVE Online has the war system, which sounds pretty much like what they're going for, and especially with Nathan Richardson there, it seems well. It seems something that could work well, which would be quite cool. I'm happy for some open PvP that isn't Shadow Wars and it's pretty much instantaneous. Be like a PvP server.
Sweet.
I think so. No, but there was all sorts of stuff that got spoken about, and if you want to take a listen to the interview, it's about 10 minutes long. There's also a text part. Seems our camera busted, which talks about
Esports
and the hope of being able to record straight to your hard drive.
Yes, that was the thing that got me jumping even higher.
Because with Kal streaming and with me hoping to have the ability to stream, and if there could be a spectators in war zones and stuff like that, I'll be shoutcasting the hell out of it.
Yeah,
I really would.
Since we've mentioned my streamer a few times, can I plug it here, Jenbuu?
Oh.
I'll do that at the end. No worries.
Follow us on Twitter at
No, but you can have a look. There talks about commentators, leaderboards, and elos and such. But there's still so much. Even though Defiance is 4 months away, there is still so much time for things to change.
Yeah.
And if they're talking about a DLC system for it, then there's still going to be stuff to be brought out later on, which, depending on how the monetization of the game is going, will depend on how much DLCs are, etc., like that.
And they still haven't mentioned anything about their payment model, have they?
They haven't. Trig Happy, for those who don't know, is Daniel Chen, is one of the new community managers that we've spoken about in the past. Have said that, if I can send it, Defiance is scheduled for release in April 2013 and can be pre-ordered online soon and now at major games retailers. Now, there is two things to say about that. In most games retailers at the moment, there is about 3 or 4 different types of Defiance.
Yeah.
You got standard, collectors, ultimate, blah blah blah, ranging from
GameStop Ultimate, stupid thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's my Amazon Ultimate?
Now, some of the stuff, they've been up for weeks.
Yeah.
And I mean,
yeah, we actually talked about these a little bit on the last podcast.
Which, you know how long our podcasts last, or they go in between us. But no, if there's pre-orders coming online soon from the Trion site, we'll definitely have to keep an eye on it. And
that would kind of hint. So I mean, basically, we now have official confirmation that we can buy the game.
Yeah,
that kind of hints at the fact that whatever it will be, it will not be a monthly subscription.
Well,
they cannot really do that. Like, well, you can now buy the game, and then 2 months later we will tell you, but you can only play a month, and after that you have to pay monthly.
Well, you can pre-order. You not necessarily buying, and it could still be subscription. I honestly see it going the route of Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
Which is that you buy the game and then you can play, and maybe there will be some premium stuff, maybe not. But you could do some subscription, see what happens.
You could do the well, Richardson said himself with the interview with, was it GameStop or something like that?
GameSpot, probably.
GameSpot, yeah. that they were looking at a hybrid thing. So it is online at Guild Wars.
Am I? I just want to. Am I the only one that prefers just straight up $15 a month as opposed to
Yes,
optional,
I
and then
agree.
there's a store? I
I
much
agree.
prefer. Like, I know, like, World of Warcraft is the only MMO that still does that I can think
Yes.
of.
Well, and EVE Online.
Rift, EVE Online, Terra. Look, that's not. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, EVE
There's
Online
not.
subscriptions based.
Yeah, you know, I'm saying EVE Online, World of Warcraft, Rift is still like that, I think. Yeah, Rift, and I think Terra. But there used to be a lot more, and recently people have been switching to free to play. I just prefer the $15 a month and then nothing else.
Yeah,
Personally.
I agree with that, but I do think that we're moving away from that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised in if a few years we'll come back to that, because it also adds a lot more guaranteed money for developers.
But then again, you look at how Trion are working at the moment. You got End of Nations, which is free to play. You've got Warface, which is free to play, and all that stuff. So they've got to be making money somewhere for it.
This is true.
I would hope so.
Right, but speaking of Daniel Chin, anyway, he announced yesterday being the 3rd of January, that the first Defiance PC beta is announced for January 18th to January the 20th. So it looks to be a beta weekend. We'll probably be seeing more of these in the future. It starts at 8 a.m. PST. So for those in the UK, that will be 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 5 o'clock for Sweden and all that jazz. And ending at 9 p.m. on the 20th. So that'll be well into the morning for everybody. Now, Matt, where can you sign up for this?
You can head over to Von Bach Industries, which is vonbachindustries.com, I think. Yes, vonbachindustries.com. You scroll down the page, there's a lot of cool information on the page. Very, very nice. I really like the way that they're doing the beta signups and all that with the Von Bach Industries website and whatnot.
It looks amazing.
The videos are awesome. If you haven't watched them, watch them.
I already told my work that I am not available that weekend. I don't care what dies or what.
What dies?
I
don't
I'm not coming into work.
What computer dies?
Not who, what. I don't care what dies. I don't care if we get hit by a meteor. I don't care. I am not gonna be here. So bye.
Right. Well, this is, of course, if you get your invite.
Yes, and
Because you have to sign up for it.
If I don't get my invite, I'll just be lonely at home.
Doesn't even matter. He's not going to be working anyway. Doesn't even matter if he gets an invite or not. He's still not going to show up to work.
No, but I'm sure they're going to be live streaming some of it as well. I would see.
Yes, I hope so.
And just like they look to be live streaming a lot. You've got Overload and Danny's streaming it. Well, in an hour or so from time of recording. So they're going to be pushing it soon, I believe. Well, they should be anyway.
And that is, when is that test again? That is
January 18th to the 20th.
18th to the 20th. Sweet. So that is next week. No.
Week after.
2 weeks.
The week after next.
From recording.
Right.
Which means, Trion, my birthday's on the 15th. I'll have an invite, please.
My birthday's in April. Early invite. Oh, if they release the game really close to my birthday, I would be happy.
I'll send you a T-shirt for your birthday.
Yeah, thank you. My birthday present from Kal.
Right.
He got it like 9 months ago. It was an early present. He wanted to make sure he got it for me.
Right. I think now it's time to wrap up.
Yes.
Right. With this wrap up, we've got a little announcement. We did a swag giveaway. Now, this is swag that we've collected from Gamescom. This time we have more to give away. I'm just stunting it a little, but this time we're giving away 2 Defiance Were they show T-shirts? They were, weren't they?
Yeah, they were only given during Gamescom.
Yeah.
PAX had other T-shirts, and
And a mouse mat. So 2 lucky winners, one from Twitter and one from the website, will be sent these. The winner of Twitter is Steve Kidd. We'll be sending you a PM or a DM, as they say on Twitter, telling you that you've won and to send you details. And from the website, we have got OmniTG. So we'll be getting in contact with you and getting the details from you and sending them off. We want pictures.
yes, that would be great if we can.
We
put
want
pictures on our
pictures of
site.
you.
Yeah,
Preferably with clothes on.
Yeah,
well,
with
preferably with the T-shirt and the mouse mat.
No, we just want pictures of you for no reason.
And we also want to see if we can get the T-shirts before Matt gets his. Anyway.
And how many? Okay, so we're giving away. Are we giving away a T-shirt and a mouse pad to both of those?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are getting some swag, and I'm not talking hashtag swag. I'm talking actual swag.
Yes. The mouse mats are stuff that we haven't even got. We've given up our mouse mats for you.
Well, I have nothing, so pretty much anything we give away is something that I don't even have.
No, but yeah, that about sums it up for this week. You can join us on the website and Twitters, which Matt is now going to tell you.
At Defiance Central, at Matt Trek, at Jenbuu, at Defiance Kal, or sorry, that's at Jenbuu 3D, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, at Jenbuu 3D, at Defiance Kal, and you can also check out Kal's stream over at twitch.tv/ it's Defiance Kal again.
Just go to stream.kalbeer.com and you will be redirected to Twitch.
Oh.
I'm streaming every day. I'm preparing for Defiance. That's the only reason I'm streaming. So far, I've streamed about 350 hours in about 1.5 month time. So come join me. Talk about Defiance.
Are we still planning for that marathon when the game's released?
Oh,
Yes.
well, yeah.
Oh, man.
We are going to be doing a couple of hour marathon, I think.
A couple of no, we're doing 2 days. We're doing 2 days. 2 days. 48 hours.
I have 2 weeks off, and I'm planning on like 5 hours sleep, and the rest will be gaming and streaming. So,
right,
yes,
we're setting 48-hour stream. Okay, I'll inform my kids.
I guess we'll probably do that on a weekend, I suppose. The weekend after it's released.
I was thinking launch day, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Anyway, our leaving thoughts. What Kal are you looking forward to this time?
I think the next big thing is PAX. It's going to be in April, so it's going to be really close to launch. And I'm just excited to see what.
Oh. Okay, sorry. I thought I was like PAX. That's in September. You mean PAX East? Okay, I apologize.
Yes. I mean the fake PAX.
Yes, fake PAX.
I just have high hopes that. I don't know. I'm hoping for a big announcement. There's probably going to be plenty of big stuff in between, but that's without mentioning beta. That's my thing for now. And I'm still hoping to be going, but that doesn't look like it, sadly. Anyone with money, send me money for flight tickets, please.
The No Caliber Left Behind charity fund is currently running. We don't have a donation link, so unfortunately you won't be able to give him any money. Sorry, Kal. We couldn't afford to set up a link. Kind of a bad situation when you can't afford to even set up where people can give you money. But the thing I am most looking forward to, honestly, we've been hearing a lot about. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm really looking forward to the game. The game is going to be outstanding from what we've seen and from what we've heard. But I'm kind of more recently, I've been getting real excited about the actual show and the story. So I guess I am very excited about the show for now. Also, I really want to get into the beta. So.
Well, you beat me on that. I want to get in the beta. I want to be at this beta weekend. work dependent, but no, it's that Von Bach Industries website has a running time countdown for when the game is going to be in beta, and as it stands, podcast recording, it's 13 days, 12 hours, and 17 minutes, and they got a funky little dial clock there as well. So
I love those dial clocks. I almost bought a watch that had that for like $200, and then I reevaluated my purchase decision and decided that was not a good idea.
No. No. But anyway, if you guys haven't seen, go over to Von Bach. It's spelled it's pronounced Von Bach, ain't it? But it's Von Bach, BACH Industries.com.
VONBACH Industries.
Yeah. And if you have a Trion account, it'll prompt you if you want to sign up using that account. So
yeah, you have to scroll down to the bottom of the page.
If that, or if it's your first time visiting, it'll actually pop up in a box and say, do you want to register if you're already logged in?
Yes.
Anyway, thank you very much, guys. We did go a bit off topic again.
Oh,
but yeah,
that's how we roll.
It's been a very hectic, well, for me at least, it's been a very hectic Christmas and New Year. I'm happy it's all over. People may call me a Grinch, but I'm sure on the next podcast we will be a lot more straight and narrow. Thank you very much for listening.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're guaranteeing straight and narrow for our next podcast.
Possibly. We'll see.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll try.
Right. So, thank you very much, guys, and that's goodbye from me. Anybody else want to say goodbye?
No, I don't want to
Goodbye,
say
everyone.
Goodbye. I love you all. I will never say goodbye. Goodbye.